I tried YouTube for one full year. And in this video, I want to break down my experience, the good, the bad, and what I've learned. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's jump into it. And as always, I have my notes to keep me organized because I like to ramble. You already know how I get down. But the first thing started with hope. You know, at first, I had that fear of talking to the camera. I worked customer service in a lot of jobs in my life, you know, and every now and again I had that fear of interacting and helping with a customer. You know, you're speaking with them and you have that pit in your chest like, oh, this is going to be awkward. And I wanted to get better at helping people out, but just being my natural self and overall getting better at public speaking as a whole. That's why I started the channel. I bought an Osmo Pocket 3 and I said to myself, oh, I'm going to create content, but I didn't. And I want y'all to understand, you got to ask yourself, the reason you created this Google account or this YouTube account, like, you got to say to yourself, why would you want to do this? Remember that why. A lot of people create channels, they be in different times and different years, and all of a sudden they forget their mission statement. Why did you commit to creating on YouTube? And I said to myself, once I got comfortable, it's going to take time. It's going to be cringe. People going to laugh at you. There's going to be good feedback. There's going to be bad feedback. But one thing I learned is just do it because you want to do it. Have the discernment to want to create content your way, whether it's, you know, in real life, vlogging, cinematic, whatever you do, reviews, there's fitness, there's finance. There's so many reasons why you would get started and create a YouTube channel. But I thought to myself, I could leave a video diary from my family, my friends, you know, and I could also see myself evolve and grow. And looking back at it, I watched my first video again today, and I said to myself, I've came so far. The way I do things are different. The how I do them, how I talk to the camera, I'm not as nervous. I'm not like weird. I'm not talking so low. I'm not like concerned of who sees me and things like that, whether I'm filming inside the car, outside the car, or wherever I film. And I feel the fulfillment of like, finally, and I'm still trying to improve myself. I'm still trying to improve on how I talk to the camera. I'm still trying to improve how I articulate. Every single time I turn on this camera, every single day where I'm thinking about creating content, I'm trying to improve. And these things are so important. I want you, if you get anything from this video, is improving on yourself. 1%. I know it sounds cliche. Everybody says, oh, just record. But improvement, growth, learning, adapting, learning new skills, taking good feedback, taking bad feedback, you know, going through the ebbs and flows. Not every video is going to be a banger. I'm going to say it again. Not every video is going to be a banger. And there's going to be some times, and there was times, and there still are times where, you know what, I could have did better. And I want y'all to feel me like this. Think about Kobe Bryant. He always improved himself. He always idolized Michael Jordan. And he tried to achieve something similar or even better than Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to take that and think about it like improvement. If you're not getting the views you like, work on improving how you talk to the camera. If you're not getting the views you like, work on improving your thumbnails. If you're not getting the views you like, and improve on your editing, improve on everything that you do. You can always get better. You got to demand that from yourself. Improvement. And I talk to so many different people. They want so much, and I love it. I hear I wanna change my family tree. I wanna do things financially. I wanna make this my 9 to 5 and leave my 9 to 5. I wanna leave money behind for my kids. I wanna pay off debt. I hear all these different things, and I want y'all to feel me. I hear y'all, and those are some things that you should think about as far as your whys. And I want y'all to understand this video is gonna be like a turning point and just me reflecting. So, you know, lock in with me through the whole video because I know you have things that you guys want. Let's move on to the next one, but you have to improve. You have to. It's one of my goals. Every time I set out and I hit record, I try to improve. And I know we're all in different niches. I know you may be going through adversities and you may be feeling like, you know what, I'm not seeing the results that I want. And I know that, but improvement and empowerment and telling yourself, yo, there's going to be times where I'm not going to get the views. There's going to be times where I'm not going to get the subscribers, but you try to and I know I always say this, but you guys, please listen to me very carefully. Don't beat yourself up. There's so many people who want to create. If you look back, take a year, and I'm not saying posting every single day. Take a year and create on a consistent basis, whatever that may be. and go and turn back the clock 1 year and look at where you were. You're going to improve. You're going to learn. You're going to adapt. Your niche may change. You may not find a niche. You may do whatever it is that you want, but you got to understand this. When you that account that you log in, you're the creative director. You decide what happens. You decide what changes. You decide everything. So let's move on to the next one, y'all. Keep locked. Stay locked in with me. I know I'm stuttering, but stay locked in. And I'm gonna tell you, that's another thing. I learned to move past my mistakes and not be so hard on myself, and not care so much about what people think or what mistakes people may see. It's natural, it's normal, and you'll have so much more fun if you keep doing it this way. And the next one is, when nobody was watching. Nobody was watching my videos. And I said to myself, even though nobody was watching my videos, I was going to keep posting. I was going to go through the low views. And I knew that over time I was going to improve. Low views does not mean you're not valued. You don't have something to offer. You still got people watching. Those, and I always talk about it, those 25, those 10, those 30, those 40, those 100, so on and so forth. Because that 10 could turn to 20, that 20 could turn to 30, that 40 could turn to you already know the rest. You know what I'm saying? Pushing through those low views. And listen, let me tell you something. Listen to me very carefully. Don't neglect the people who are watching the videos, and that's a slap in the face to them, because low views, that's still an audience. You every time you make a video, you got 50 people, you got 20 people, you got 30 people. I tell y'all, let me know if y'all text 50 people in one day, 50 different people, all the same person. Comment down below, and I need y'all to respect these people. These people clicked, they watched, and I can't believe it. Like, it was just January, and we were just celebrating 1,000 subscribers. It was just January, and I gave away a camera, and those people were so important. It's not always about the views. It's about the people, the community, who's there for you. You gotta understand. Listen to me, yo. Y'all gotta listen to me very carefully, because when you sit back and you create that content and you neglect them and you say, you know what, I'm getting low views, that's an insult to all the people that are watching your videos. I understand you want greatness, but if you don't lock in and build, how will you achieve more? You sitting there saying, you can't just look around like your life is an old country song. You can't sit there and say, oh, you know what, I'm not getting the views, so I guess I'm going to stop. You can't do that. You're going to let them down. And I'd be damned. I'd be damned if I let anybody down in this community. You know what I'm saying? You want to take your breaks, take your breaks. But pushing through the low views is so important. And the next one in this part is, I had self-doubt moments. I said to myself, man, I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I had to say to myself, I had to sit down and understand how YouTube works. I had to sit down and understand how to make titles, how to make thumbnails, how to upload a video. And I had self-doubt moments. I was like, oh, I posted a video and they got like 10 views. And I was like, damn, I doubted myself. Can I really do this? And then I had moments where there were peaks. I had X amount of views and then they just dropped. But I had to tell myself, with my content and the views, those vanity metrics are not a reflection of myself. That's just me learning how to talk to a camera. If you got 10,000 subscribers overnight and you made one video, how are you going to continue to maintain the subscribers if you haven't put those reps in to understand how to create? And I'm going to say it again. If you got 10,000 subscribers, if you can't handle 10, how are you going to handle 10,000? And that's what I told myself. I have to learn. I gotta build values. I gotta build these standards. I gotta build consistency. I gotta build commitment. If I don't do these things, how am I gonna improve? You know what I'm saying? If I woke up a year before and said I had 10,000 subscribers, that would be just a one-hit wonder. And I didn't want to be that. And I want you to understand that you're gonna have doubt moments. You're going to have moments where people are going to be like, your content's not that great, or you may have people that don't believe in you, but I'm telling you, I believe in you. Keep posting your content. Through the low views, through the self-doubt moments, I have doubted. Even sometimes today, I'm so thankful. I'm thankful for everyone in this community. I'm thankful for the positive feedback. I'm thankful for the negative feedback. As long as it's constructive, I'm with it. I'm with this for the long haul. Even if the channel may evolve into something else, The channel may have, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. You got to be able to adapt. Put yourself in experiences. Hold on. Put yourself in a situation that you've never experienced to get results you never had. And that's the only way you're going to grow. You know what I'm saying? You can continue doing the same routine, but if you don't grow, if you don't improve, if you don't take that risk, how? You're going to put yourself in a perpetual movement of self-doubt. Don't doubt yourself. Create your content. Get better. Improve. Be astute to this whole content creation journey. If you're an expert at something, lean in on that. If you're good at cooking, cleaning, shopping, fitness, finance, content creation, reviews, anything. There's so many different things. I'm spitballing at this point. But if you're good at that, lean on that. I know sometimes you may have the moments where like, you know, I made this video and I don't you know, it wasn't my best. It's okay. I get tired. I have a job. I have a family. I have all these responsibilities, and we all have our moments, but don't doubt yourself. You know, I had some videos that I thought were the best videos I've ever made, and they didn't hit. And that's just what it is. The peaks and valleys, the ebbs and flows, these things happen. You got to understand. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your community. And if that's the case, if you need to take a break, take a break. I'm all for it. But don't doubt yourself. Someone told you, whether it's your friends, your family, said, you know what, you're good at this. And that's why I had to push myself. I know I rambled through this one a little bit, but I pushed myself through your low views. And I wanted to quit. I remember I was at 800 subscribers, and shout out to Terry Creates, because he pushed me. And I'm gonna tell you, I thank you, brother, for this, because I was at 800 subscribers, and I said to myself, man, I don't know if I can keep doing this, man. I don't know if I just was stagnant. I wasn't getting the views. I didn't have the confidence. I kept doubting myself, and I had to reset myself and become that authority figure. You need to be that authority figure in your content. This is your platform. You can't let somebody come into your house and tell you how you're going to do something. This is your platform. This is your stage. You made that name, your banners at the top, your description, that's all you. No one can tell you how to do what you do in your studio. Period. End of story. And I had to reset myself and say, I need to get past that. I remember being around the holiday time, and I was having cabin fever. It was cold, and I was like, I want to make videos, but I was going through it. I honestly was going through it, and I wanted to quit, and I want y'all not to quit. You may take those breaks, but I want you to understand something. Reignite that spark. Lean in on your friends, your family members, whoever who believes in you, your children, your mother, your father, whoever. Lean in on that. Don't quit. I'm telling you. One thing I say to myself, if anything, if I learned in 1 year, it's not to give up. I'm telling you, you can't give up, because if I would have gave up at 800 subscribers, look where I'm at today. And I'm so thankful about that. But if I would have quit, I would have let those people down. I would have let y'all down. It's just Storm would exist today. I want y'all to understand that. Don't give up. And I know this is a little bit of a longer video. I want y'all to rock with me. Rock with me. Don't quit. Take your breaks. Reset. Things happen. Life be lifing. I'm telling you, life be lifing. Work, hardship, hard times, doubt, depression. I know all about that all too well. I lost a family member. You know what I'm saying? I went through that. But I'm telling you, there is a peak. There's that valley, but here we go. We're at that peak. I want y'all to understand something. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. Those things gonna happen. But I'm telling you, you're going to dust yourself off and get right back to it. And that's what I told myself. That's one powerful thing I learned. Stop. Do not quit. I wanted to quit, but don't quit. And the next one, let's move on to the next one. Learning through failure. I'm telling you, I done failed. I done tried thumbnails. I done tried titles. I done tried all these different things. I done tried to review camera products, which I had fun doing, and it worked out. But I also had to pivot, because I had to think about my mission statement. Listen to me. You got to think about your why. You got to think about your mission statement. Why did you get started? Is your friends, your family? Is it financial gain? Is it fame? All those things. Listen, I have nothing against that. I have nothing against money. I have nothing against fame. I have nothing against things. But I said to myself, I want to be able to be that father that has that minivan, that has this Nike Monarchs with the high socks and a camera in my hand and a Starbucks iced coffee or whatever I'm drinking. That's my goal. That's my rich life. You need to ask yourself, what do you want? What does your rich life look like? If it's fame, I got nothing against that. I got nothing against money. But you need to ask yourself, what you want. And I learned from those mistakes. I learned from the mistakes. You know, I had some titles that had bad grammar, which is something you know, you got autocorrect on your phone. There's no excuse. You know, I didn't have, you know, a description on my channel. There's no excuse. I didn't have an email set up on my description so people can contact me. There's no excuse. It's all it's improvement. It's all improvement. I'm telling y'all, you got to ask yourself why. You know what I'm saying? Improvement is so important. You got to tell yourself, I had bad videos, push through them. I made mistakes, push through them. Keep posting. I had moments where I didn't look like I wanted to be on camera. Keep posting, improve. You're going to stay committed. You got to work hard. It's not easy. It's simple. I got a camera, a tripod. It's right here, a MagSafe, whatever you got, mount it up. You want to lean your phone on some books, whatever it is that you can do. Stay committed, stay grounded. There's going to be times where people may doubt you. Forget them. You have the discernment to create content. You have discernment to create the change for your family tree. You have the discernment to improve your camera presence so that way you can continue to create. You know what's funny? I unknowingly have improved at another skill. I sit now because I got so better at public speaking. If you want that job, right, you got to go to an interview. Now I got better at doing interviews. I got better at learning the competency language that some companies look towards. You got to think about it like that. There's so many skills you can gain from this. You can edit you can host a live stream for a company now. You learn how to use OBS. You learn how to make thumbnails. You learn how to control level audio. You learn how to hold the camera. You know how to expose the camera. There's so many things that you can learn from this. And I had to stay committed. And I'm telling y'all need to do the same. Let's move on to the next one, y'all. And I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, and I'm super passionate in this video, but you got to understand this is one full year. And I'm not saying post a video every single day, but this is one full consistent year posting content. You can do so. We're already in June. January's right there. January is right around the corner. Summer's only a little bit, depending on where you live. Summer's like only 2-3 months. Sometimes only one. Because in New York, we had a long winter. You got to understand something. You'll be right back at holiday. You'll be right back at January 1st. You'll be right back at those New Year resolutions that you told yourself you was going to do, but you didn't do it. And I said to myself, I'm not doing that no more. Let's move on to the next one. And before we do, drop a like on the video, subscribe. We are on our way. And I want to give a big shout out to y'all. This is another celebration. We just hit 14K. We're on our way to 15K. We hit 14K, and I'm so thankful. A like would always be appreciated. We are on our way to 15K. I can't believe it. It's almost like it's in a blink of an eye. In a blink of an eye. January, we celebrated 1K, and now we're almost to 15K. I'm telling you, you guys are killing it when it comes to supporting the channel. If you haven't subscribed, a subscribe will be appreciated. Let's move on to the next one, y'all. Let's move on to the next one. And I'm telling you, the next one is consistent daily effort. Like, and I'm not saying make a video every day. No. Because that would be great. You make a video every day. You'll have 365 videos, or at least if you do one video a week, that's 52. Like, listen to me very carefully. You don't have to be creating content to improve. You could be on Google trying to understand how to use your camera. You could be on YouTube looking at somebody who's within your niche to see what's working from them and how you could put your own seasoning on the content. There's so many. You could take a Skillshare course. You can get a skill on Coursera. You can do so many different things outside of creating content outside of actually making videos to create content to improve. You can make a website. You could offer a class. You can do so many different things. You could develop merch. You could sit there to yourself and record videos and not upload them so you can improve on your camera presence. You could try. There's so many different things outside of YouTube. When you're making videos, if you're really serious, you should work on developing that skill. If you really want it, you can spend at least 30 minutes. You spend an hour doom scrolling on Instagram. You spend an hour doom scrolling on Shorts. You spend an hour on TikTok. If you could spend 30 minutes or an hour on improving your camera presence, improving how you understand exposing light into your camera. There's so many things. Listen to me very carefully. Even if you're not creating, you could be finding ways to create. You could, every time you come up with an idea, put it in your notes section. This video came from me just taking a walk and thinking about myself like, yo, it's been almost a year. Let me talk about how, you know what I'm saying? And that's all you need to do. You don't have to always have the camera on. You know what I'm saying? Do those things. It would help you improve on or off the camera. So that way, when you're ready, you sit down and hit record, you're going to be confident. You're going to be confident because guess what? You spent the time, you did what? You spent the time to improve. Consistency and improvement. You don't have to post every single minute, every single day, but if you improve, if you have that ideology that I'm going to improve my business, because this is a business, if you take it serious, if you want it, if you spend time improving, then guess what? When you turn on the camera, that's going to shine. It's going to show. It's going to show. It's going to show because if you look back at your first video and you made 52, guess what? We passed 200 videos, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? I feel to myself, I improved, but I got more work to do. You got more work to do. The job is never finished. You know what I'm saying? What I could do is improve. If I'm not I can improve. If this is not working, I can improve. If I'm not where I'm at, guess what? Say it with me. You can improve. And I'm always going to go back to this. Slow motion is better than no motion. If you're making movement, even if you move one step forward, that's still 1%. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this quote that Eric Thomas said, we want people to make guarantees to us, but we can't make guarantees to ourselves. I'm going to say it again. You want the audience. You want the views. You want the subscribers, but you can't improve. I'm telling you, it's that simple. If you put in the work, the audience is going to reciprocate. If you're providing value, the audience is going to reciprocate. Come on, man, I'm going to say it again. You got to understand something, y'all. You got to understand something. If you put in the work, if you make the guarantee to yourself, then you will improve. It's not going to just happen overnight, but when the lights are off and nothing's happening, you're going to ask yourself, what's going on? I know I'm all over the place. When the lights turn on and you say to yourself, damn, it's been another full year and I haven't improved. It's been another full year I haven't uploaded that video. It's been another full year and I haven't started that business. I haven't that website. I haven't turned on the camera. I bought that camera. It was $2,000 and it's sitting up there like an heirloom. But here we go, another year, like a rat in the wheel. We just run, but we don't improve. I'm telling y'all, it's very simple. This year, I taught myself, that's crazy. I taught myself that if I want to improve, if I want to get better, I got to have values. I got to have standards. I got to tell myself, if I'm not getting any views today, I'm going to still make videos. If I'm not getting any views tomorrow, I'm going to still make videos. If I'm not growing, I need to improve. I need to get to work. It's time to get to work, people. And I'm not saying that to be rude or disrespectful, but I want you to understand, it's not going to just automatically happen. Yeah, I didn't just wake up and start creating content on YouTube. I had to say to myself, it's time to create content. It's time to get serious. It's time to lock in. Push through that doubt. You gotta stay committed. You gotta work hard. And you know what? It's not gonna be easy. And I wanna take a minute to plug in this sponsor of today's video, vidIQ, man. Do me a favor. In the link in the description, you can try vidIQ for $1, just $1. And I can't believe I even say this. Like, vidIQ sponsored me. You know what I'm saying? This is a big, oh my God, y'all. Let me tell you something. I would have never thought I had a sponsor. And my gift to you is giving you vidIQ for $1. $1 for 30 days. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it is my gift to you to give you this opportunity to try this product. I've been looking at it. I've had it for some time, but I wanted to make sure the product aligned with the brand. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a good fit because there's so much thing. There's AI. You can make your own clips, and there's so much. There's recommendations, analytics, there's outliers, there's so many things there. Click the link in the description. It is just $1. $1, 99 cents. And you can try it for 30 days. Let me know what y'all think. That's my gift to you. And let's move on because you stood all the way to the end of practically to the end of the video. That's my gift to you. The link is in the description. Shout out to vidIQ for sponsoring this video. All right, now, this is where everything changed. Everything finally changed. And this is like right at January 1st, everything changed. I hit my 1,000 subscribers shortly after, and I couldn't believe it. I was right there. I was at 880 or 8 something. I remember it. And I was sitting there and I had a video kind of, in my case, go viral. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, I all my hard work, all my consistency, even though I took a break and I was gonna give up, and I kept posting, I kept going. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. And on New Year's Eve, I gave away an Action 4. You can check the video. It was a live stream. I gave it away, and I couldn't believe it. And I said to myself, I wanted to give back. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what it's like to not have a camera and say to yourself that you wanted to use a camera, or your phone is not working, or whatever it may be. And I wanted to say, that person that had that spark, that wanted to create content and said to themselves, I'm gonna push forward, but I had doubts. Listen to me. Let me tell you something. This was a turning point for me, and I said to myself, I'm gonna keep creating content for that person that had doubt. I'm gonna creating content for that person that had that spark. I'm gonna keep creating content for that person who wanted to support their family. I wanted to keep creating content for that person who wanted to share and leave a video diary for their kids. I wanted to keep creating content because there was something in me that wanted to give back to the people who just wanted to get started. I wanted to keep creating content for my son. I wanted to keep creating content for my mom. I wanted to creating content for my father, let him rest in peace. I wanted to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because if I could just inspire one person, if I could spark one person, whether it be somewhere in my backyard, somewhere across the world, if I could do that, man, oh my God, if I could do that, it would literally inspire for me to do another 1,000, another 100, or who knows. You know what I'm saying? So many people watching different places, part of the world, part of the country, in my own backyard, like friends, family, even, I was talking to one of my friends. He was like, yo, bro, I can't believe you still doing it, man. And and he wasn't trying to throw no shade. He was like, yo, the fact that you still push through it, I know you're going to continue to make it, man. And that right there. And you know how many people say, yo, you inspired me. This video has literally inspired me. I was at the cusp of giving up. That's what I do it for. I do it for that person who said to themselves, yo, man, like, I'm not getting the results that I want, man. I'm going to give up. And if you're that person, it means so much to hear it. Every time somebody comments, and that's why I say to myself, I'm going to answer every single comment. I'm going to answer every single comment because I know what it's like. I know what it feels like to be in that moment where I'm about to have that breakout moment. I know what it's like to feel like I'm finally getting the growth and the results. I know what it's like to not get the results. I know what it's like to be stuck. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like. And my biggest takeaway, and I'm going to leave y'all with this, and y'all got to feel me. I'm telling you, y'all got to feel me. My biggest takeaway is the people. My biggest takeaway is the people. Because you know what? I know what it's like to have a family that relies on you. I know what it's like to have doubt. I know what it's like when I'm like, yo, I worked so hard for I worked so hard for this video, and it didn't happen. I know. Trust me. Listen to me very carefully. I know what it's like. I know, and that's why I keep doing it. You know, it's always gonna be about the people. It's always gonna be about the people, no matter what. And I'm gonna tell you, don't sway away for your why. Don't sway away for your mission statement. Have that in your mind. Like, why did I start this? Why am I doing it? Who am I doing it for? I know what it's like, yo. That's why anytime somebody who has a question, a comment, or they feel stuck, and I see it, you know what I'm saying? Even sometimes I'll be at work. Sometimes I'm doing grocery shopping. I'm in the middle of a work and I see the comment. I stop right there, then and there. Sometimes I may miss them, but I know what it's like to see somebody who's a big content creator and you comment and you don't get an answer. And I'm not trying to throw no shade, but I'm just know what that feeling is. And it's like, you know what? You get that epiphany. You watch all these camera reviews. You know what? That person who created content, who did that review, I'm gonna go out and spend my hard-earned money. But I don't want to leave you hanging. I know what it's like. Do me a favor, y'all. I created for one full year, and it has changed me. It has changed my perspective. And I always tell y'all, change your attitude, it will change your altitude. And that is one of the realest things. I've heard a lot of quotes in my life, but that's one of the realest things. Be positive, be consistent, be gracious, improve. Those are the real things that'll change you. Those are the things that will help you grow. Those are the things, that's the switch. That's how you're going to really grow. There's no secret to success. You can't beat the 10,000 reps. You can't beat the 10,000 reps. You got to get in the gym. You got to get on the camera. You got to improve. You got to get better at talking to the camera. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. If you've been in a situation where you created content on YouTube and you were about to give up, comment down below. What were some things that you did to get out of that fog? And for me, it was connecting with friends, with family. That's how I got out of it. Try this. Try to create content. It doesn't have to be for a full year. Try it. Try it for 30 days. Try it for 60 days, 90, so on and so forth. You could turn around and blink. The year will be over. Do me a favor. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe. We are on our way. We are on our way. We are on our way to 15,000 subscribers. And if it wasn't for the community, I wouldn't be here. So thank you. Thank you for every view, every like, every comment, every second you spend on this channel. It means the world to me. It means the world to me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.